This is the truth as I know it. Is like there are beings, very powerful beings that fell to earth, and when they fell, they kind of splattered, and all the little beings that you see are a part of them. Like they're children, okay? And every region has its own children. They uh, were basically just born of these beings, okay? And that's why they're all divided, because they want to keep, you know, the energy to themselves, because every person creates its own energy. It's um, the more numbers, of course, the more they feed off of them. It's a it's a terrible system of being, because it's not love why they want to keep these beings in a certain area are trapped. It's because they can sit there and use them as slaves, and they just feed them a bunch of propaganda through media to uh, to control them. And it's always been about control. And they'll sit there and feed them nostalgia and say, "Oh, wasn't it better in your generation, or wasn't it better in the before time?" And it's always been the same. It's always been the same, except when you get a larger population, things get messier, and you get more violence, rape, all that stuff in one area, and there's more of it because the population is bigger. But it's always been. It's just it's more noticeable when there's more population. And this one came to me, and he was sitting there talking about how a man had a wife and she was never faithful to him, and blah blah blah. When two become one, they're of the same fucking spirit. So if a man has a wife that's unfaithful to him, that means he's being shown that he's unfaithful to his God. And how you can be unfaithful to your God is by serving two masters. And by serving two masters means that you speak of God, and then, of course, you're about politics. You go serve the government, or you go serve your job, or you have many in your bed, but yet you confess to be for God, but you're not for God. You're just a hypocrite. You're just pretend you're putting on a role, but you're going out. Look, if you're going to be a God's chosen one, then you have to be just for that God, and you have to drop everything else, that job, that wife, that career, everything. Because it states in scripture that God is a jealous God, so you can't have anybody else. Bam. That's why it's written in every book, different books of religion, is it's better to go about as just one, to be single and not burn with desire. Don't be lustful, because it's wrong to sleep around. Anyways, I just want to say I don't belong to anybody. I am who I am, and I be who I be. I will go and do as I please. I want love. Mm, oranges are good. But men always focus on women and what women are doing. When they're married, that's just their counterpart. Females are just your counterpart. They're you, just in a different gender. So if you're looking at a female and casting stones, basically you're just casting stones at yourself. Don't cast stones at others, because all you are is casting stones at yourself. Now you may speak truth and going, you know, always speak truth. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't cast stones. Don't judge, because that's just your reflection. We see in this world a piece of ourselves, and as we go about and see in this world the different characteristics, the different personalities, we are what we see. That's why we need to focus inward on growing ourselves in patience, kindness, generosity, self-discipline, you know. hmm And stop worrying about saving the world, because you can't save the world. It's all a trial, it's all a test, it's all a tribulation. We are, we're all growing or regressing in one sense or another. If they're not growing, then they're not growing. There's nothing you can do. You can speak truth, you can be a light, but you sitting there casting stones or saying, you know, my wife or my friend or my priest or my blah 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 is not going to get you anywhere. And I'm so tired of hearing both women and men cast stones at their partners just because they don't live up to their expectations. Well, you don't live up to your God's expectations. Me, I don't have a God, so I don't care if I live up to anybody else's expectations. Because I be growing every day in mind, body, heart, spirit, and soul, and I plan to do it forever, forever, as an eternal being. I grow, I learn, I make bad choices. It's just who I am. I can't cast stones at others or worry about what others are doing, because hell, I'm just going through this life, and every day I get up just to try and do better and learn something. Yep, that's what I do. I try to inhale what is good and exhale what is bad. You know, spirits are always coming to me and showing me all this stuff about, you know, injustice or whatever. And I was like, that's just their tribulation. You know, it is what it is. You can't fix what you think is injustice because you don't know the cause of it, the root of it. All go through a tribulation. I don't understand it because I went through my own. I just try to grow from it and learn from it and move on from it. And, you know, I'm not a rescuer or a hero. It's on my path. If I come across those that need help, I just help them. That's it. Anyways, that's what the spirits came to me today. And, you know, if you're going to love me, okay? Don't, and that's what all I want is love. You either love me or you don't. That's it. I'm not asking anybody to put their trust or faith into me, because I don't even put full faith and trust into myself. I just grow every day and do the best I can to stay on my golden path. Now, am I going to do my best to be truthful and honest and loyal and kind? Yes, I am. But that doesn't mean I won't fuss.